Well, good afternoon, Ryan. Here we are. I am today at the Lyle, Hyatt Lyle. We are here doing our final walkthrough. I am in the White Oak Room where we're going to have our VIP networking event and our VIP lounge. So we're very excited and we can't wait for you to come and speak for us. You work for LinkedIn and I'd like you to introduce yourself and tell us your title and what you do. And let's talk about what the attendees will learn from you while they're here.
Perfect. Yeah, and thanks for having me, Virginia. I'm very excited for the event next week. I'll be talking about LinkedIn for Business, and really the goal for everyone in the audience is to help you understand some of the updates and I would say newer functionality on the platform over the last really couple of years, but certainly the last several months. You've probably noticed as a user a number of updates, making it easier to both find and engage with the content that you're looking for on the platform, and then also for our marketers and customers to build the type of engaging content that our users are searching for. So I'll be talking a lot about LinkedIn for you as a member, the evolution of our platform, users, how users are engaging with the platform today and their expectations for content, and then as business owners and marketers, how we can really maximize the value of our presence on LinkedIn, both as an individual with some tips that you can take away to rock your own profile for your company pages and making sure that you've got your brand represented the way that you want it to. And then I'll also touch on some of our marketing solutions so that if you do want to amplify that message, we'll be able to talk a little bit about tactically how you can do that as well.
You know, it's very exciting. A lot of users still think of LinkedIn as a way to look for a job, right? That's how it started. And that's really not what
it's a great place to look for a job if you want to do that.
Yeah. It is multi-levels of functionality that LinkedIn has. Yes. You can post a job there if you're looking from, you can go look at other companies and see what they have. There's many things, but we're talking about LinkedIn for your business and why you should be there for your business. You know, having that business page, not just the personal page. You talked about there's recently been changes to the platform. Can you just do a quick recap of what the most recent ones are?
Sure. So, you know, I think the biggest change, which may not have even registered with a lot of users, is we actually moved to a mobile-first design for the site. This was, say, a year and a half ago. And it's something that, again, as a user, you may have noticed a little bit of a difference in your experience, particularly on the desktop version, but it was pretty minor, but really important for us as a company, because when we talk about the transformation of the platform, you know, Virginia, you hit it right on the head. And for me, I've been here about 4.5 years. And it's funny to me from even the time that I started, when I still really thought of LinkedIn as being more of a job board or a career platform first and foremost, which it still is. Don't want to lose that. But I think that what's been interesting is really over the last, certainly over the time that I've been here, we've really moved from being really job and career focused to becoming more of a platform and now really more of a community for professionals for every type of information and communication that we're looking for in our professional lives. And you know what I mean by that, and I'll touch on it a little bit certainly next week, so I don't want to give away too much of the good stuff, but you know, what started with our influencer program, where we had really notable contributors, the Richard Bransons and Oprahs. President Obama did a piece about his first job working at an ice cream stand, right?
Yep.
That was our first real step into the content side. So it was focused on those influencers. Certainly anybody who's there regularly on the platform notices that we've now got the news feed on the right rail. That's a permanent position. And it's increasingly becoming the main reason that people are coming back to LinkedIn every day. It's a great place to stop in, get your quick news. If you're an Alexa user, we have the daily rundown that you can actually access through Alexa. And so for us, you know, for me personally, what I love about LinkedIn and what makes us a little bit different than all of the other major platforms out there, particularly the social networks, is that we're not everything to everyone, and we're never going to be. And you know, I think that with all of the noise that's out there in social media and in the media in general, I think it's nice as professionals when we want to carve out that part of our day and focus on the business news, the business networking. You know, a lot of times when we're looking for content, it's something specific to the job or a decision or a problem we're trying to solve at work. And increasingly members are turning to LinkedIn looking to see, hey, are there other experts in my network that have written about this? Are there other groups that are discussing this? And because of that, I think we've seen both the value for our members and the engagement and stickiness of the platform continue to build. But I think it's also really encouraged more and more users to get involved and to start sharing more on their own. And
yeah, when you talked about moving to mobile first, you know, everyone does 90% of their stuff on their phone now. So when you bring up LinkedIn, it goes into the news feed and you can catch up on what's going on, and then you can go on to do other things if that's what you're doing. So it's always great to see those things. It's also important for people to know it just doesn't happen by osmosis. You need to work your profile, you need to make connections, you need to join groups so that you're getting the information that you're looking for, because it's out there. But you just have to do a little bit of searching on it and be connected to others.
You know, it's a great point. And I think that's why part of what I'll cover in my presentation is really about how to get the most out of your personal presence on LinkedIn. And, you know, part of it is having updated, accurate profile data. It's nice to be able to highlight good work that you've done. That's all valuable. But even learning how easy it can be to establish your own voice on the platform and share content that's going to resonate and really help you build your own brand. That's the stuff that is really exciting to me, because I think that it's something that we had talked about, and I think we had this idea that the potential was there years and years ago. But to be part of this over the last few years and see it really come to fruition now, and to see this user behavior where, you know, we're finding that published content in the news feed is engaging something like 15 times higher engagement rates than jobs posted in the news feed now. And I think that really speaks to the fact that, yes, people are still coming to LinkedIn when they're looking for a job, but the majority of the users who are coming and who are coming back daily and weekly are there looking for content that's going to help them develop in their own careers and to build their own brand. So to us, that's exciting, and I'm excited to be able to show people how easy it is to get started, especially for folks who maybe aren't as active on the platform.
Very exciting that you bring up brand, because brand is a voice you have to do across all of your platforms. Our keynote speaker is talking about storytelling and branding, which I'm very excited, because a lot of businesses miss that part, miss that engagement part, and speaking with one voice so that people know them and who they are and what they're getting from. So it's important for them to understand that you can promote your brand and your voice on LinkedIn. It's not just a place to post something once and then just leave it, right? I put my company up 3 years ago, it's fine, but that's not fine. It needs to be worked like everything else, which brings us to the age-old question, the chicken or the egg. I believe that you need to be judicious in who you choose to connect with. And I have people who will take any connection that comes on. Would you like to speak to that?
Oh man, this is in no way represents the views of anyone other than me. But for me personally, I would say I'm pretty much an open networker at this point.
Okay.
And the reason that I made that choice is because, particularly in my role here, which is I work with our independent ad agency partners across North America.
Yep.
And so a lot of my role is helping folks who are new to LinkedIn, or at least new as marketers to LinkedIn, helping them quickly learn and really maximize the value of the LinkedIn platform for their business. That's really what I do. And for their clients' businesses by extension. So it's a lot of, you know, train the trainer. And I think increasingly we see this fragmentation in the space. And you look at the lineup of incredible speakers that we've got for next week, and
it's amazing. Yes.
Yeah, you've got all this firepower, all these people who really, really know what they're doing, and it's not all coming through a couple of big companies anymore, a couple of big agencies. The expertise is really spread out, and I think the developments in ad tech and all of the data that's out there now, you're finding so many smart people that are finding interesting ways to leverage the platform. So
Mm-hmm.
for me, I would say that when it comes to deciding, what's your philosophy on networking on the platform? I would ask you, I would turn the question back. How do you want to use the platform? And I think for me, it's important because I'm regularly trying to share information, whether it's upcoming events and speaking opportunities like this. In some cases, we do regular marketing labs at our offices throughout the country. So for me, it's more a matter of creating that channel for one-to-many communication. But then I would say the other end of it is there's little risk, I would say, generally speaking, in connecting, if only because it's easy to disconnect. You can report abusive behavior, things like that if you need to. But I think for the most part, and this kind of goes to that niche that we play in, where it is really all about professional presence.
Yep.
People don't tend to, even if you like to be an anonymous troll on Twitter, you're probably not going to do the same thing with your picture and your resume next to your company's name on LinkedIn. So I think we also have a little bit of safety that comes with that as well.
I had a thought that went through my brain, but I was listening to you and I've lost it. It never happens to you, right? No, I think that Miriam and Kelly came to one of your LinkedIn labs that you had in Chicago, and they absolutely loved it. And that's how we connected, and it's great. Yeah.
Yeah, I think something that we've talked about a little bit in the lead up to the event, Virginia, I think to some people, LinkedIn feels a little bit daunting. And I say that because I hear it a lot when I will do these sessions. And, what I love about the updates that we've made to the platform is that they've really been focused on making it easier for users to surface the information and the content that they're going to find most interesting. And tools like video is a great example, which we're finally out with video on the platform.
That is so exciting.
It is. And, everybody, man, I swear it was like one day to the next, it was, hey, we're going to have video soon. And then everything is video. There's like a lot of people that are taking advantage of that.
Yeah.
And soon, live video, I think we've announced, is on the way later this year. So it's this focus really on adding value. And that's really, it's always been our mission, is to create economic opportunity for every member of the global workforce. And that's really about helping individuals find the content that's going to help them advance in their careers, whether it's business news or expert advice and opinions or jobs, anything like that. And then on the other hand, for the companies that are out there, it's helping them find the right talent to fill those jobs wherever they are around the world, and helping them understand how other companies in the space or even in other industries are solving problems that they're facing. And this value exchange is really at the heart of everything.
As a programmer, because I do programmer, I always say, this isn't a new problem. Someone stumbled upon this before, right? Nothing is new. So let's go out and look at it. It may not be the same problem, but we can look at the path that they took and get an idea where to go. So they're not new. The other thing that's great about social platforms and LinkedIn is that it does level the playing field. I know that smaller and mid-sized businesses don't believe that because sometimes they don't have the resources to dive in that a bigger company does, but it really does level the playing field if you can figure out how to make it work and put that piece together, because your voice is on the same plane as theirs now.
Yeah, and I think just like we talked about the fragmentation in the marketing world and in the agency world, similarly, technology and certainly ad tech in our space has really leveled the playing field where, an expert in a new technology or an emerging technology can do what it would have taken an entire team of people to do, not as efficiently and not as well, 10 or 15 years ago. So it's a real moment of opportunity. And again, I think that's why I love being able to do sessions like this, where we can talk about, hey, here's how simple it is. My mom, shameless plug, my mom runs an interior design business in Pittsburgh.
Excellent.
But to be able to talk to her about, here's how you can take the same value out of LinkedIn that LinkedIn takes out of LinkedIn, but on a scale for your business is, that's pretty cool to me.
Absolutely. So I'm very excited that you're coming. Ryan is going to be here talking about LinkedIn. He is going to be available the rest of the day in the VIP lounge to answer all those individual questions people have. And I'm just excited. It's coming faster than I can even imagine.
Absolutely. And if we, with the Chicago winter we've been having the last few weeks, I'm thinking about huddling up. I might bring a sleeping bag to plant next to that.
Do you like my fireplace back here?
I love it.
All right. Thank you so much, Ryan. And we look forward to seeing you on Monday morning.
Yeah. Thank you, Virginia. Looking forward to it.
All right. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye.
You too.